her look really, really pretty and short and realistic. And I love using razor. I'm a razor shear cutter. I love using my razors. I don't use guards on my razors. I just love the Persona blades. So we're going to go in and we're going to kind of cut her up. And we're going to do a nice, cute style on her. I do have like 2 of these units over here to the side that I have that I'm starting on. And these, I love my vendor. I love my factory. My clients typically keep their units up to 2 years. I mean, some of them I have to beg to get a new unit, but they keep their units up to 2 years. These are very low maintenance unit. I normally use a very thin. So these units right here, they're 110% density. They're not really thick. Of course, to the unit that I have on, this is like 180%. And for you people who just don't, you know, we sell bundles. I keep them in stock. Thank you for that like. Y'all definitely go share this to let people know that not only am I one of the baddest realtors in Duplin County, I'm the baddest hairdresser too in Duplin County. I'm in like the top 5. So I'm happy about that. And I love cutting. So I get a little excited. But so not only do we have these units here, but I'm going to go in and kind of cut her super short. And this way, the reason that I say that these right here are glueless units, if you are a person that has anywhere from 75% to 100% pattern baldness, you definitely don't need to, you definitely can't get this sewed on. We normally apply these with some tape. You can do a little bit of glueless tape, some tape up there, some adhesive. And usually whenever I do my units, it does come, the purchase of the unit does come free with an installation session. So you do have the option of coming in with your purchase. A lot of my clients, not, you know, far from in between, they don't get to experience my chair because I'm typically mailing these off, and they have their amazing stylists in other states kind of put these units on for them. So you guys can kind of see the direction that this is going in. Hey, Renee! You can see the direction it's going in. And yes, I do have these. I got another unit that I'm working on. We just pretty much just kind of, you know, bleached the knots on her. I haven't cut her yet. I haven't trimmed her out. And I have one of this for maybe a very special person that's watching. We actually went in and colored this unit here. And it's going to be fire. This can be just kind of blow dried and wore, you know, naturally, but it does have these caramel tones in the top of it. And I'm going to wave this and put some pixie curls in it to style it. So it's going to be super, super cute whenever I'm done with her. But I like using razors. I love a messy effect on my hair. It does give a very more natural look. It doesn't give you that choppy look that you kind of get whenever you're using scissors. So I'm a razor person. I hardly ever use my shears. If I use my shears, it's just to kind of clean up the unit. So these right here can actually be put on with tape. None of these are spoken for. I just kind of said I was going to come in so you can kind of see how this is flowing and going here. She's really pretty. I don't have a name for her either. I don't have a name. She's just really pretty. So let me get you to lean up this way a little bit. And I love wet cutting on these units. I love to do, you know, wet cutting on these units as well. Let me get my comb and try to make sure that she's... So, and I don't have any music playing in the background. I think I don't like doing this when I'm doing lives, because when I see people doing them, they look super crazy. So I don't like doing them. But, you know, just if you guys can kind of give me a chance, and I always kind of like to do these wet so I can kind of see, you know, the direction they're going in. And this is going really, really smooth. It has the fringes on the neck. And I'll typically go in and kind of clean this up a little bit as I get this, you know, cut out. I don't do a super a cut on this one because what I want to do is ultimately leave enough hair and enough material so that in the event that the client was to go in, everybody's neck length, everybody's ear, jawline, everybody's, you know, things are a little bit different. So I don't go in and fully do a whole, you know, cutout. I kind of save that space to, I kind of save that space so when I put this on a client, it kind of fits the client. So everybody's, you know, when you could do ear cutout on a lace, everybody's, you know, lengths and dimensions are a little bit different. This is going to be, I'm going to razor her to the heavens because I want this to be a really short unit, very spiky. I don't have any particular direction that I go in. I just kind of go in and do a very messy, kind of like a messy semi-asymmetrical cut on this. And you can kind of see, you know, the way you cut, it tells everything about the finished style. A lot of times when I go in and I do these messy razor slithers on this hair, you really don't have to do a whole lot to the hair. It pretty much just styles itself. So I just call this like a scoop and razor. And you guys can kind of see how that's like ultimately coming together. And don't worry, I'm not going to cut myself. I know State Board tells you to use a guard, but of course I'm one of those hairdressers that's hard-headed. I don't never ever do what I'm told. I don't practice safety measures at all. So I'm one of them ones that's probably pretty much, this is kind of like a razor and scoop. And what it does, it just kind of gives you that very choppy dimension whenever you get this. And I love this cut. I just wish that I felt like I looked at super snazzy in short hair. I don't. Like, I don't. Y'all see this? You see that? And you can kind of just imagine the potential of it. Like, it is going to look amazing. And this is all in your cutting. When you have a really good cut, like a really good cut, you don't really have to do a lot. I mean, I'll put some foam on her. I'll kind of mold her size down. But the idea for this, and I mean, like I said, it didn't really take a whole lot. The idea, yeah, Miss Debbie, I'm feeling good. So just in case people were wondering, I was like hanging on to my life last week. Nobody came to rescue me. I don't know what hit me. Somebody made me sick. But yeah, I do feel a lot better. But this is just one of the messy razor. I call it a razor and scoop. It's kind of like I just kind of scoop the hair. And you guys can kind of see how this is going. And this is not even dry. Like, look, let me tell you. Y'all better be glad I look good in short hair. But this is, yeah, this is a body wave unit. When I do my hair loss units, and even though this is a typical hair loss unit, it doesn't mean that you don't have to have hair. You have to not have hair in order to wear one of these units. I just typically do these for my clients who are experiencing hair loss because it gives them a very light, very natural, flowy looking unit. It's very low maintenance. They don't really have to do a lot to it. They can just kind of do some tape, you know. And the thing about, you know, lace tape and lace glue, some of the people who have more, lace glue sticks to tissue where hair glue sticks to hair. So typically lace wig glue doesn't stick to hair, it sticks to tissue. But one of the things that my hair loss clients really like is that they can just kind of do some tape around the perimeter and kind of put these units on and just wear them around all day. They have a nice tack. They can take these off every night or they can leave them on. The thing about it is they're very light. And if I show you here, no matter where I part these at, let me do this. Whenever you don't have hair, it actually makes the scalp of these units pop. We don't have to do the stocking cap and the ball head method on clients who typically have 75 to 100% of hair loss. So if you see this, no matter where you're parting, there is no, oh, you can see my scalp. With these units, you want to see the scalp. You want to be able to go in and part these, you know, in any direction. This is more of a messier cut. However, you can finger wave this unit. You can put, you know, pixie curls in the top. It's a lot you can do to it. So So I like her. I don't know if you guys like her. And you can see the quickness of it. And the thing about it is I always tell people, and this goes to any, you know, upcoming stylist, you know, you have to be confident in your technique and your ability to deliver confidence. I deliver confidence. At the end of the day, I know people say, it's just a lace wig. Oh, you did that in 10 or 15 minutes. Why should it be hundreds of dollars? But let me tell you something. I spent years learning how to do this in 10 or 15 minutes. So you're not paying for the minutes, baby. You're paying for the years of the time that I spent to critique and perfect my technique as to where I'm able to go in and do these cuts. I mean, I spent lots of time going to educational seminars and going to hair cutting seminars to learn how to do these cuts. So it's like they kind of go boom, 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 boom. However, I do know the quality of my product. I'm not in competition with anybody other than the person who I was last year. I don't hobble with my prices at all. I know my value, I know my worth, and I know my quality, and I'm standing on it 10 toes down. And however, my product or my chair may not fit everybody, and that's okay. But for the people who patronize me and the people who wear Teresa Dixon units, they can tell you something. I have to beg them out of these units. Like, girl, you didn't have that thing for 2 years. Let's just do another one. No, it still looks good. And when you're dealing with really good quality hair, it's like the older it gets, the better it works. Typically, when my clients have to replace their units, it has nothing to do with the hair. It has all to do with the fact that they probably dug in it with their nails and they kind of broke the knots in it, so they have bald spots that cannot be repaired. We can go in and do something. So I would like to, anybody who is interested in some of these products, I do offer consultations. However, I don't answer my phone a lot because when people are in my chair, not only are they paying for my services, they are paying for my undivided attention. So I cannot talk to you while I'm servicing a client, whether she be a human client or whether she be a mannequin. If it is a mannequin, if it is a wig, guess what? This is a person. This unit is going to go on a live person, and she also deserves my undivided attention. And if you want to visit me online on my style seat, it's www.styleseat/Teresa Dixon Hair. My website also is teresadixonhair.com. At the top of the menu, you can select a consultation. That consultation, I think, is $25 up there, and we can sit down and discuss anything that you may not need, may have concerns with, questions, likes, dislikes. What are your likes? What fits you? What don't fit you? The experience you have. Talk to me. Do whatever you want within that 30-minute time span. However, when you decide to book your services, that $25 will be applied towards your services. When you go to my website, I do have things sectioned off. You have your natural hair bar. Natural hair bar means if you don't have anything chemical, whatever going on with your hair, you go on. Okay, so I lost my battery. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, so we're back. I am going to mold her. And like I said, this particular unit, at the end of the day, it doesn't really require a whole lot of maintenance on it. Let me see. I'm going to mold her. And thank you guys for kind of sticking with me. I had some technical difficulties. My phone died. So I am going to do a very messy spike look on her. And I don't have a name for her. I mean, you can name her when you get her. She is for sale. I think I was just talking about the natural hair bar whenever we ended a while ago, as far as the things that's available on my website. So Okay, we're gonna make her really pretty. And of course, keep in mind that this is a mannequin, so it may not. And thank you guys for watching. If you know someone who is experiencing any type of female hair loss, definitely, have them look me up. These are, like I was, just for the people who are just coming on, these are some units that, I'm kind of playing around with. I did have an order go out. And the thing about it is, when this unit dries, let me tell you, it's really not a whole lot. I don't know if you guys had a chance to kind of, sit front row seat to the cut. But when this unit dries, it's really not a whole lot that you have to do to it. And this is a full lace. The cap on this one, I normally, on the hair loss clients, I normally do a cap 21 and a half inch cap, because typically without braids and things, the hair is actually a little, the head is a little small. So I have 4 of these units. I'm kind of freestyling, customizing these. She's gonna be bad. Let me tell you. Hey, Miss Conda. Let me tell you something. Y'all, I love Miss Conda. Miss Conda is one of my clients that I had when I was working in the DMV. She is so sweet. I love her. She's always in contact with me. So even though I don't get a chance to travel to DC, Maryland, and Virginia, I'm happy when I see my clients because I miss y'all so much. So she's going to be super pretty. I'm really excited to kind of, a lot of times I don't get a chance to really, show these units off, because usually when I stay so busy, so when I get in here and I customize them, typically after I get them done, I'm either installing them, and a lot of times I cut them, while they're on my clients. So a lot of times I don't get a chance to really kind of show the process. And every time I get on this live, it's something missing in my little world. So I'm trying to, it never freaking fails. Something always goes missing. So can't find my brush. But I'm so excited with these units right here. They're super lightweight. They feel like air, to be totally honest. But I'm gonna mold her. And I was just saying, like, I don't really get a chance to really kind of show these off, because most of the times, clients come, they're typically in the chair. They're typically in the chair, and I just kind of cut this unit based on the clients. So we're going to, I got you, Miss Conda. We're going to mold her and, put her underneath the dryer. And I treat my wig ladies just like I treat my clients, you guys. I just want to make sure I get this super, super flat at the neck. So I'm going to tie her down. I wouldn't do a client like this. But I just want to make sure she's super flat at the neck. She's fixing to go underneath the dryer for a spell. And I'm going to bring her back in a couple minutes. Hold tight. Okay, on to The next unit, so this is actually one of the units that I've already pre-cut, and she's been colored. It's kind of like the same cut on this one. She's just got some caramel highlights on her, like really heavy caramel color. I pretty much already did her. I don't know what kind of style I was going to do on her. I was going to actually do some waves or something on this particular unit. But one thing I can tell you, when you've got a bomb haircut, it's really not a lot. You see how this just looked it all crazy? As far as this one doesn't really turn around. It looked it all crazy, but pretty much I'm just spraying a little bit of water on this unit, and I just kind of like finger combed it. So this is one of the ones that has not been kind of shaped. On the first unit, I kind of shaped it to my head. So I kind of like put it on and I cut out the ears just to kind of, you know, give it more of a lay whenever I style them. This one has not. So it still pretty much has the lace going all around it. I didn't know what kind of style I was going to do with this one. I think I'm going to do more of a pixie on this one. I'm going to play with it, but... And then we're going to do some, you know, really tight curls on her. So let's just get her styled. And we're going to put her under the dryer as well. Then we'll have 2 of these units. Again, these units are for sale. Definitely inbox me to discuss some options. With the purchase, they do include a glueless install for all my hair loss clients. So that's one good cool thing. That you get to walk in and walk out looking all snazzy. Let me tell you. So let me see what I can do with her. This particular mannequin does not give me a spin and a turnaround like I like, but it's okay. It's okay. That's my new word for 2024. It's okay. Confetti. So this particular one, we're gonna do some. I'm gonna do some pixie curls in a wave set on this particular unit. But if you guys have any questions, of course, like I said before, you can visit me online. You know, it's www.styleseat.com/Teresa Dixon Hair. So we're gonna wave her up on this particular unit. We're gonna wave her up, and then we're gonna put some really tight pixie curls in the top. So I'm gonna, you know, put her under the dryer after. Y'all, I love this. Let me tell you, when I'm in this salon, and it's even better when I don't have real human clients, it is amazing. The solitude, the quietness, just me and these chemicals and these wigs. And I kind of like these kind of clients because they can't talk back. Not that there's something wrong with y'all talking back. They just real life can't talk back. I just can't wait to get this one on a real life person. I think it's going to be so cute. So, this one isn't. We're actually waving her up. And once we get her all finger waved up, we're going to do some really tight pixie curls in the top of her. So this is going to be like so cute. I'm excited about this one. I have never really did this style on a unit before. Most of my clients, they was like, don't do them on me. I'm not going to be able to keep them up when I get home. But typically, you know, as, you know, the style kind of subsides, you know, on these units right here, it's not really that hard to work with, because at that point, you're just going to pretty much just kind of wear it like in a spiked little pixie. Seems like I ain't did finger waves in so long, but it's like it's one of those techniques, once you learn it, you can't lose it. So, I'm just going to kind of fast forward. This is a style that just don't never go old. No matter what you do, one thing that's going to always stand true is finger waves. They're going to always be there. They're just going to always be there. Okay. So, y'all, I just be happy for no reason. I just be happy for no reason. It's coming again. And I'm going to, I have one more unit that I have to cut. So I'm excited to show those who are just coming on. And again, just for the ones who are just kind of joining us, what I have here is I am doing a couple extra of my hair loss units. These are the units that I normally typically cater to my clients that has female pattern baldness that actually is going through chemotherapy. One of the things I do with the National Cancer Society is that whenever my ladies get diagnosed with cancer and they know that they're going to lose their hair, typically I start working with them from that point. A part of that process is them kind of sending me pictures. Every client is different. Every client is very, very diverse. I do work, you know, across, you know, different hair types, different, you know, social circles, different races, and everybody typically what they want. They just, most women, even though they say, hey, it's not really that big of a deal, you know, if it's going to fall, it's going to fall. I'm going to join the, you know, the band of, you know, embracing my hair loss, and that's okay. You know, I do have those clients, but I also have those clients who say, you know, I don't want to experience that. I don't want to go through the moment where I don't have hair. You know, they always say your hair is is a woman's glory. So basically, from the time they're diagnosed, I'll start working with those patients, and some of them are, you know, it takes 3 or 4 different sessions, and some of them it's knocked out in one session. But what they ultimately do is they send me pictures. This is what I look like. This is typically how I wear my hair. Most of my clients, I would say the ones I work with my hair replacement services, they are creatures of habits. That means they typically wear the same style hairstyle all the time. So they just pretty much just make me look like I always look. They'll go into the short styles, and you know that's okay, but they typically don't like to do anything super dramatic at all. They just want to kind of stick with the norm. And at that time, you know, especially with my clients that don't live in North Carolina, what'll happen is that we'll just go through a series of just kind of like mailing back and forth. I'll do a unit, I'll mail it off, they'll try it on, and they'll say, you know, Teresa, I like it, but can we do the color a little bit different, or can we do a little more length off? One of the things that I had to critique is the thickness. People who experience hair loss typically don't like, you know, very full volume wigs. So I had to really break it down to the hair loss wigs. They're really thin. The wig I have on is 180%. My hair loss wigs is 110%. So they're very light. They're not very thin. They don't look bald. They're just thin. They're like more of a naturally thin. Can you turn around for me a little bit, baby? Just turn around for me right there, okay? Hold your head up, okay? Right there. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And typically, once I get, the actual live client, I'll just kind of go back over these waves and kind of make it fit, because of course, the ear line has got to be cut out on this. The nape line has got to be trimmed, but it just kind of gives a foundation of, typically how this unit is going to flow. And I think it's actually flowing, really, really nice right now. But with these units right here, my ladies are actually able to go through their hair loss phase, whatever. Chemotherapy is not the only thing that women experience hair loss in. A lot of times when people are battling chemotherapy, typically their hair grows back, after they, go through everything they go through. In some cases, they do retain that hair back again. But then I have the clients that are going through other hair loss conditions or other things that would typically, cause them to lose their hair, and then that hair does not grow back. One of the things that we're actually coming in contact with right now is lupus. Lupus is a medical condition where women typically lose sections of their hair, and that is one of the things that, it will force a person into wearing weaves and wigs. The ideal of what I do is just to simulate. A lot of what I do, I specialize in just simulating that natural head of hair that you had before you experienced the hair loss. And that's kind of what separates me from a regular person who do wigs and weaves. I do wigs and weaves. I have my regular clients that I actually work that service on. So I do offer wigs and weaves, but I also offer a very elite version of doing wigs and weaves to actually simulate hair. So we pretty much got her all cute and pretty. And I'm just going to kind of mold this so that whenever she comes from under the dryer, we're able to do those pixie curls on her. So I'm super excited about that. Baby, hold your head up. Thank you. Okay, so she is styled and molded and waved up. So I'm going to go set her in the dryer too. And I'm going to show you guys typically how we do these cuts. So I got one more unit that I'm going to razor and slither. I got one more unit I'm going to razor and slither. This is the last one. Been cutting all day. So this is typically how these units start off. I go in and actually kind of like bleach the knots. Again, these are full lace units. They're 110% density on these. So she's back on the short side. So these are, and I had a mold. So these is pretty much how my units start off. They come from the factory. They're full lace. They're 110%. I always get body wave that kind of gives me a little bit of a curl pattern to kind of work with. So they come like this. And then I pretty much, customize them. When I do my cuts, I do like to work with this type of hair. I do like to work more with a wetter version. Do like to work with. I've taken, not recently, but, back in the day, I've taken several haircutting classes. And what I've realized is that I'm not really a shear cutter. I like razor cutting. It does give you a very messy, more like unorthodox kind of cut. I don't know. Just kind of like it. This is my razor of choice. I love my personas. I don't use guards. I don't like so I know a lot of people like to use these things right here. Horrible. By the time you do 3 or 4 swipes, they're dull. It's just like a waste of money. And I don't like the guards. I don't like nothing restricting me from taking off how much hair I want to take off. So typically I just like to use a scrape razor. Don't try me. Okay. So these units, they kind of start off kind of like the same way. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I will say, you know, if you know someone who is battling, you know, female pattern baldness, you know, I don't, and you know, I don't really, so I know sometimes people say, hey, I need you to donate a unit. I typically have things I do within the Cancer Society. So I do donate substantially to the National Cancer Society, more so towards, you know, women who are experiencing, you know, female pattern baldness that is going through chemotherapy. So I'm not one of those people who never donate units. I do donate within the organization that I work with to make these units more affordable for the people who are actually sent to me through the Cancer Society. There's a lot of things they kind of like you to go through, a little more red tape, some education that we actually take you through in order to get these units at a discount rate. And then, you know, there are times where I actually donate these units for free. So it's not that, you know, I never participate. I do have my platform within the Cancer Society. I do have my platform within lupus awareness. I do have my platform within alopecia awareness where I donate these units all the time. So I don't want anybody to, I know I had some messages, people say, hey, I need someone to donate a unit or donate a wig. And I may not participate in that particular, you know, fundraiser or that particular situation with that particular client, because I do have a platform with lupus, alopecia, and cancer that I pretty much donate to and discount units all the time and have been for the last 18 years. So I would say if you want information about these organizations, definitely reach out to me. Also, I do want to, I cannot think of the name, and I hope she does not kill me, but also Lisa Tate with Mount Calvary University, they have a Blankets of Hope program that they have, that if you are someone that is experienced or going through, you know, cancer, breast cancer awareness, they do donate blankets. They are beautiful, beautiful blankets. So definitely if someone can tag Lisa Tate in this live, she does have those blankets that her organization donates if you are going for chemotherapy, if you're battling female pattern, if you're battling breast cancer. The Blankets of Hope program would actually donate free blankets. And I actually, free blankets for that particular organization. There's a lot of things going on. If anybody know of anything, definitely, you know, add it in this post so the community knows of the different things. If you are registered with the National Cancer Society, if you are registered with Lupus Awareness, I am within those platforms as to where I discount and I donate all the time to women that's experiencing hair loss. It's not that I don't support my community. I do. It just kind of goes untalked about and unheard. I don't really advertise it as much when I do donations to organizations like that. I'm more of like a silent donator, but I do donate to these platforms and these organizations. But, you know, if you need more information, don't hesitate to inbox me. I can definitely get you to the right outlet to where you're getting that information. If you're someone that, you know, is really struggling and you have a case and you want you know, assistance or help or more information on making, you know, purchasing a hair replacement unit affordable, definitely inbox me. I am a little slow with Messenger. However, on most of my videos, my phone number is tagged. The number to my salon is 240-274-1840. Also, you can actually book a consultation on my website. Is www.stylesy.com/Teresa Dixon Hair. So I'm going to get back to my slither and my razor on this particular unit right here. And both of the units that I did, the one that's just kind of like a razor, I call it a scoop razor cut. They pretty much started off the same way. It's typically the same cut. The length, I do leave a little more length because everybody don't like super short, and then sometimes I have to go back in and take more off. So I do leave a little more length so that the actual client that this actually lands on, they have a little more versatility as to what they want to do with the wig, whether it be keep it the same or you know, take a little bit more off of it. But I actually really like these units. I've put one on before, but I don't know. I'm not really a short hair kind of girl, so I didn't think it looked as good on me as it looked on the clients that I actually installed them on. I don't know. I'm a creature of habit too, so I typically wear the same hair all the time. Okay. And this is the product of a really great cut. Um, and you know, cutting wigs and weaves, they are way more easier than cutting natural hair because you just have like this, you know, this palette of just hair that you kind of just start with, and you can kind of manipulate it the way you want. But I mean, it is a little easier than cutting a natural head of hair. You're not working around thin spots and bald spots and lumps, and some people feel like they have a big forehead and their ears stick out and all those things that the client make very important, that in all honesty they're not really that important. And this is kind of, all of these are super short. So on these one, I just call this like a scoop razor.